Welcome to the Peak Collective podcast with myself, Shane.
Myself, Luca.
And today we are here back chatting a bit of life and a bit of a Q&A. This is the fourth episode, and every month we sit down and have a bit of a chat, come back to you guys with the questions we've been asking across the month as well. We pick 3, 4, maybe 5 and see what we can get through.
100%. I always like these Q&A sessions just to get the questions that you guys have asked. So I think you guys will enjoy this episode in particular. Some really good questions came through this month.
Yeah, I like these ones today as well.
I know it's been good.
It's been nice.
We'll get started with numero uno. Is AI the future of fitness? From Matthew.
Who's Matthew and no? I don't like that.
I see where he's coming from. These days you can literally go on ChatGPT, literally type in program to grow muscle 4 days a week. And
it will literally give you anything.
Give you a program.
And
you can literally
good as well.
Diet plans as well.
Yeah.
What do you think of it?
I think in the convenience sense, everyone loves convenience, right? That's the whole point as to why people buy into stuff. The things that blow up are always the most convenient, right?
Yeah.
And I think in that sense, it's a quick fix. It's free. Obviously, in this day and age, people are looking for quick fixes, convenient, and not to spend as much money as possible.
Yeah.
But if you are looking on a progress scale or accountability or competitive scale, I think that's where that doesn't work, because obviously you don't have an interaction. It's a computer just telling you what to do. You don't have anyone behind that. You know, they don't know you, don't know what you're like. They can't see your movement patterns. They're not doing a check-in. And then it becomes a lot more hassle with the AI rather than having a coach like me and you do on a one-to-one
100%.
basis, right?
I think someone put it, I can't remember if it was a podcast or a video or something I watched the other day, but it's really well put. I'm going to try and put it just as nicely as they put it.
Yeah.
But basically, I'm like with diet plans in particular as well. I don't really like giving like exact diet plans, but especially from like a ChatGPT or something like that. For example, you're doing maths GCSE exam, just as an example, and you want me to take the exam for you because for some reason I know 100% of the answers, okay?
And I might not.
I then do the exam for you, you get 100%, so now you can go on to go to university to do maths, but now you're like, the fuck, I don't know maths.
I didn't pass it, right? So I don't actually know what I'm doing.
And the analogy basically is I could give you the best program, the best diet plan in the world, which I'm sure ChatGPT can probably create some really good ones.
Yeah.
But if you don't really know what you're doing, if you don't know how to follow it, if you haven't set the skills and the habits in place, nutritionally and workout-wise, in place with that help from an actual personal trainer or coach, all you've basically got is the answers.
Yeah.
You haven't actually got how to get to those answers.
Very true. And going back to the programs without the accountability is like where you're going with. 2 points is the first time I meet someone, whether it's online coaching, whether it's in person, I need to get to know them. What are your goals? I'll fill out forms, we'll have a phone call, I'll meet them in person, we'll come sit down, we'll have a consultation, I'll assess you, we'll have a coffee, something, whatever it is. I need to make sure I get along with the person. I need to know what they're like, what have they done previously, what are they looking for? And it's not just, oh, I want it to look like that. It's, why do you want it to look like that? How does that look and feel for you? Yeah. And then you get a personal touch buying into that. And then they get better results because they're working for something a bit deeper. Mm-hmm. With the program, yes, you can go on ChatGPT or any AI software, type it in, it's going to give you a bespoke plan. No one else will have it, obviously, whatever, just to you. And I reckon it'll be 99.9%. It's going to be well.
Yeah.
You can go on YouTube and follow a chest workout. How many people are doing that? Not really. The answers are already on the internet, but ChatGPT and this AI thing coming in this year especially just seems to have blown up. And it's a bit of a cheat code for people, but the answers are out there anyway. Yeah. So if you want them, you don't actually have to do that. They're already there. And I think that's been around for so many years now. I don't think that's where AI will take over the fitness industry.
I think AI is a good tool to use. And could it potentially affect online coaching and things like that? Potentially. Because I'd say depending on the client's progress, in the sense of, aka me or you, who might literally just need a program to follow, we know what we're doing, might not even need the accountability sometimes, we literally just want a new program. I can see maybe that kind of taken away in the future.
From the programming aspect, right? Progression week by week.
Yeah, especially as AI might get better and it might be able to start being able to do check-ins and things like that.
Yeah.
I can kind of see that spectrum.
It will kind of have the already integrated like check-ins, automations, already has the answers to everything, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Whereas me and you might take a little longer. We'll do personal check-ins. It takes longer for each person. So that way, again, with the convenience, it will 100%. It will skyrocket with that.
In person, I don't really think that's going to change it too much.
Unless we all get replaced by robots inside
No,
the gym.
which I don't see happening pretty much anytime soon.
No, not at all.
That's the one good thing with skilled trade. Is
100% right.
Plumbers, electricians, personal trainers.
Can't be replaced that easily, no.
But yeah, that's kind of where I see it headed. I do see some good implementation. The guys at RP Strength, the app they've got, which looks really cool, where basically I've done 50 kg on the bench press. It will literally give me my next set of roughly how much I should do.
I was going to go into
AI
this.
being done for that.
Sometimes it's done in the right way. So integrations, things with apps, softwares and things like that. And it's coming in everywhere you see as well. I think in terms of that is where it can go quite far in a positive way.
I even think for us, on the online coaching spectrum that we do, like say for example, eventually if they manage to utilize AI with that, so our client does, I don't know, RPE 6 at 50 kg, it will maybe give us this is actually how much they should be doing for an RPE without us giving a guessing game of roughly it should be this.
So I think there are positives to that question as well. But is it the future in terms of taking over from what we do personally? No.
I don't think so.
Can it have a massive boost and effect to what we do in a positive light and increase what we do at a further capacity? 100%.
Yeah, I agree on that. Second question. This one comes from the study that came out with that dog, and there was the mice as well. But from Sarah,
That age.
will we reverse our age?
I'm actually 64.
Damn, you're older than me.
Yeah.
The way I kind of see it is, for those of you who don't know, there was a dog, I can't remember what year it was, it might have been this year or last year, where they managed to literally reverse its insides basically, so it's physiology inside, so it's DNA, and also mentally, so basically it's brain as well. I can't remember how old it was, but they reversed it for quite a few years.
It was an adult dog, it was an old dog.
And reverted it basically to a puppy.
And it was like learning it and teaching it new skills, new tricks, habits and everything like that. It was literally like a brand new puppy.
And then I think they did again the same thing with mice.
With mice as well.
And if my memory serves me right, they've predicted that roughly around 2030-ish, so in the next 10 years or so, that medication, if human trials go correctly, this might be the next drug.
How many films start off like this? It could be a really positive impact, like we said with the AI in fitness. It could go backwards, it could go square. But I think there's so many subjects to this, right? We're not scientists, but is it a bad thing? No. Is it safe? No one knows. We're not mice and we're not dogs.
For me, if I'm honest, if it passes human trials...
that's quite a big thing.
If the side effects aren't drastic, it gives you... Well, it shouldn't give you cancer because the whole point is prolonging your life. But anyway, if it doesn't give you, bad effects, personally, I don't see much more harm in it. I mean, by doing something like that, you'll literally be reversing the most killing diseases, heart disease, cancers, dementia in particular is going to be a big one. If you're only going to live to 100, hey, okay, but there's a lot of people these days that only live to 70, 80. And if that can prolong your life by another 10, 20 years, mentally and physically, along with strength training and 100%. Nutrition, which already prolongs your life.
We'll see you in 51, 52, man.
Yeah, I remember seeing there was a prediction of our generation living to 120.
Yeah, it's literally shot up, but that's medication we've got, the science behind it, supplements, the whole lifestyle people are living now, training, of course. It's just, that longevity that you can actually give yourself now without the medical help. So if that comes into play as well, you'll be seeing the generation under us probably expected. It wouldn't be funny to go 140 plus, I'd imagine. It'd
be crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing I'd think of then is what happens to the retirement.
We're staying personal trainers.
Literally. This podcast is going to keep going till we're 135. But seriously, what would happen with pension? Because pension, our age is 70?
Yeah, it's in and around, isn't it? Different
something like that.
Women,
and that's estimated that most men live to in their 80s.
Yeah. So you've got 7 years, let's
7
say,
to 10 years, basically.
for
But then all of a sudden, if we're going to live to like 120,
retirement age will be
what? They're going to let us retire at 70 and 50 years
And
of...
it's crazy. It's going to be a long time waiting as well with a lot of testing. Because even though if it does pass human trials, you've got to wait 20, 30 years to see if it actually does prolong anything. So there's a big reverse to it, but to keep it safe as well, time will tell. We'll hit you back on episode like 10,000. We'll flick back to this here as well. And we'll see if it works or not.
I think we are on the cusp, though, of like a lot of new things just
100%.
come through.
The way it's advancing now is crazy.
We've got the GLP-1 antagonists, so the Ozempics and stuff like that. That's all kicking off. You've got a drug that can reverse your age. Obviously, Elon Musk with the microchips that he wants to do inside people's brains. It's going to be pretty crazy.
Even going back to just AI, 2 years ago, AI was nothing. It wasn't a thing. It came out of like January last year. Elon Musk like pulled out of it. Yeah. And here we go, it's still advanced now and it's just getting bigger and bigger and stronger in we're talking if it's going to take over our job and we're personal trainers, like, it's in cars, it is in everything now.
I literally think, give it 10 to 20 years.
Yeah.
I don't know what, it's interesting, I don't know what the next age will actually be.
Right. I'm pretty sure this is how Terminator started, but we'll see where we go with it.
You've got the industrial age, then you've got like the office age, basically like everyone works in offices now pretty much, except for, again, skill trades.
It would be like the home workers electronic stage, man.
I'm thinking Ready Player One, personally. Yeah. That's literally what I see.
It is exactly that.
I'm not even lying. I literally envision it. You get paid by the government, stay indoors, you don't work. Everyone's depressed. So that everyone's depressed, but they don't have to worry about overeating because now they've got Ozempic. and then they just wear headsets, and the only way they're happy is by living an alternate life. That's literally the way I see it. Sorry to depress you guys.
This isn't actually a scary episode. There we go. Anyway, back to fitness.
But no, that's
there you go.
That's where my thoughts go in my 11 p.m. before I sleep. But no, I think reversing age.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool thing. Let's say
it's pretty cool.
No one's going to say no to it, are they, really? But yeah, let's see what happens over the next 10 plus years.
A bit more of a fitness related.
Finally. Here. This is a fitness podcast. What are you lot asking us?
Will fitness classes give me the goals I'm looking for, such as weight loss?
No. Basically, and that's from someone who still teaches them. I do small group PT, I coach the lot. No, but yes. And the only point I'm going to make is you have training and you have exercising. Yeah. Exercising comes with this big bubble of coaches, LBT classes, spin and stuff like that. Not saying there's not good ones out there. There are, come to mind, they're good. But training is very different and it's specific. You have a target, you change your body composition, you have goals, you increase through that as well. As long as you've got a good coach, you know where you're heading towards it, and that's the difference. You have a program and it's leading from A to B to then eventually get to Z, right? Whereas with the exercise, you are coming in to move, to feel good. You're trying to increase your heart rate. You don't really know why. You're just moving. Yes, you're burning calories. Yes, you're probably under eating. Doesn't mean you're going to get that whole fitness physique because you don't actually know where your B or Z are. You're just always staying at A. And your goal or your target is consistently turning up, not, I can actually chill because I know next week my progressive overload session is going to better me from last week.
100%. And just, you're basically taking the point out of my mouth, to be fair.
Sorry, bud.
That's fine. But that's literally my thought process with it. The way I always used to say it to people is, I could literally just tell you, jump up and down for 5 minutes. Yeah. You're going to start sweating, getting out of breath. Yeah. And yeah, like, you're going to burn calories. And, you know, no matter what class it is, it can be pump, spin, combat, whatever else. Again, great for burning calories. What I say to a lot of people is, you know what, like, if you want to go gym 4 days a week, let's just say, you follow a program for 2 to 3 of those days where it's actually very specific to you. You're like, I like the class environment, I like just to get sweaty, I like just that environment. There's no harm, but
no, definitely not.
But don't go to like 3 to 5 classes a week expecting to get the results that someone that trains outside gets in the gym floor.
100%. I think that's important. Some of my clients obviously have been from classes of mine or they're part of the gym and stuff like that and they do it all. But, you know, I still put the classes in their program. That is part of their weekly split, but that's because I know what I'm talking about when it comes to it. So I might do 2 spins a week. I know their aerobic capacity is done. I know their fitness is done. they've elevated their heart rate, worked their lungs, so that means I can focus on the strength training, the hypertrophy, the movement patterns in the 2 to 3 sessions with me, and then they can go off and do that on their own. I don't have to do that for them because they enjoy the environment, which I completely get.
Yeah.
We're not all trying to be Olympians or athletes. It is, you want to look good, feel good, enjoy yourself at the weekend, but put the work in for the other 6 days. And that is some people's goals, just to turn up.
Yeah, 100%. I think the other positive, to be honest, is just getting you started as well.
Yeah.
Say you're really intimidated, you don't have the finances for a personal trainer.
Absolutely.
Always advise personal trainer first if you can. But if it's not in affordability, start with the class. Like, there's no harm in it.
No.
And no matter what gym you go into, the classes, the personal trainer hopefully is friendly enough that if you stay at the end and just ask for some tips about just how to train, things like that, I'm sure they'll just talk you through it.
And then you get to meet people at a gym, you get an environment, you can make friends, you can make just buddies at the gym, you say hello to people, you get to know the personal trainers, and you can learn from that as well.
Yeah, 100%. And I think, you know, it's a hard task because I know a lot of people don't think that way. They go to like a pump class, as an example. This is what I get a lot with a lot of my clients when they first start off with me. They'll do pump for 45 minutes and they'll do 5,000 reps.
Yeah.
So they're used to being really sore, really sweaty, and just dying at the end. Yeah. Then we'll go out there and do like 4 exercises, and then they'll be like, "Wait, is that the end?" And I'll be like, "Yeah." And they're like, "But of course, it's intense during the set, and the majority of the sessions you're actually resting."
It's actually resting. You want the lower heart rate, right? We're talking about hypertrophy and stuff here, right?
Yeah.
Or like the strength training.
Well, even strength training, yeah.
Yeah, you want to keep your heart rate low. It's good sets, good reps, good control, technique, form. You don't have to be dripping buckets of sweat, right? Mm-hmm. The thing is, I have it so much, especially this year. I don't know why. Most people that come to me are from class backgrounds or they've done bits together, a few mates, bit of a sweat, stuff like that. And I'm like, cool, you get to rest now. And they're like, 10 seconds later, they pick up the weights. I'm like, whoa, you get like 90 seconds here. Like, it's a long time. And then they're like kind of awkward to talk to me because they're used to just going bang, bang, bang. But that's, what, a half hour to an hour class, 45 minutes, warm up, cool down, and trying to get a sweat with 20 people in a class. You get the 2 minutes rest with me, relax. We'll pick some weights up in a minute. Let your heart rate drop. That's the difference. Yeah,
it's massive. Literally, I don't know if you ever have, but if you actually record how much length of time you actually do the strength part of strength training, and then like an hour session, for example, it's probably like 16 minutes, 20 minutes
literally,
at that.
And that's why the heart rate is so low. How many people have told us or come up to us, their watchers have tracked, they've done a strength session, and I've done like 200 calories tops.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's actually all right for some strength training, to be fair. Your heart rate shouldn't be spiked. And then all with the heart rate monitors, they all go off heart rate spiking, right, to burn your calories. Mm-hmm. So if it is quite low during strength, you've had a fantastically wicked session. If it spikes really high, you've actually gone the other way and you depleted your muscle mass because you spiked too high. Yeah. So
I think that's the equation we kind of have to get to is what is your goal? Yeah. No matter what your goal is, realistically, you should be doing at least like a couple of days a week of just actual strength training, either whatever it is, hypertrophy, strength, whatever, but some sort of strength training out there. Again, like you said, with what you do with your clients is a couple of days, 1 to 2 days a week of classes. Yeah. I like spinning more than anything, purely because I know it's just pure cardio. The recovery for it is nowhere near as much as like a pump class where you're actually going to be really sore. Yeah. And then, some mobility just somewhere, some just kind of stretching.
Just make sure you're flexible.
A stretch class would be nice.
Probably the best type of class.
Or yoga, something like that. My favourite types of fitness classes per se would be more like one where you're learning something in the class. So, for example, CrossFit is probably a good example, but also like a workshop on deadlifting as an example, or a martial arts class where you're sparring, you're doing things. A sports thing, you're going to learn, I don't know, football, and you just go join a football team somewhere. And to be honest, I think that's funner, personally.
Yeah, you get more out of it. You're learning at the end of it, you're still going to get a sweat on as well.
You're burning calories, you're sweating, but you're not really thinking about that. You're not thinking about exercise. You're just actually thinking about learning something and doing it. But in the meantime, you've burnt 400, 500 calories. That's always been my favourite way of just doing cardio is, I like kickboxing, why not I just do that 1 to 2 days a week? Done. Yeah. But yeah. Hopefully that answers the question.
Yeah, but if you are, then still start exercising. If you're going to classes, you enjoy it, still go.
I just say, just add the strength training element to it.
Add some bits out there as well.
Yeah, 100%. Cool.
Sweet.
Any other questions you
Sounds
have?
good from me.
Cool,
Sound
man.
all right to you?
Cool, good.
Oh, yeah?
Good. Right.
Sweet.
Guys, nice short, sweet episode.
Yeah.
Hopefully you enjoyed that one. Good questions.
Good chat.
See you soon.
Like it. We are back in the studio after this one as well.
Yeah, buddy.
So make sure you tune in. We are back sitting down, learning some stuff for you guys as well. So
do
that
it.
is exciting times.
Thank you for all the love, to be fair. Views have been really good recently.
The Spikely's up.
Yeah. Like, comment, subscribe. These things honestly really help it with the algorithm.
Literally hit the like. There's a heart underneath this.
If you're watching this and not subscribed, press subscribe. Trust us, guys. It helps us a lot. Thank you.
Always appreciate it. Thank you
Appreciate
very
it.
much. Cheers, buddy.